Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I've got a special one today for a couple of reasons. It was requested by the band, right? Rustic Rose. I've done a couple of Rustic Rose's songs, and I checked before I did this, and you'll see why I checked, but they were all up in the nines. I mean, so good. And they were introduced to us by Farm Daddy, who, those of you who have followed the channel, you know he passed about 4 months ago. And he was such a kind gentleman, active on the channel, just never a bad word, just a sweetheart of a man and a human being and father and all that. And his kids reached out to me, after he had passed, all this stuff. The song is Whisper, and Rustic Rose, and I think it was Angel or Angel who had reached out to me and said this. Hello, Don. Unsure if you know, but we regret to inform you that we lost our good friend, Robert Waldorf, a.k.a. Farm Daddy, back in May, and the loss of a great friend and supporter really dug a hole in our hearts. Yes, I did know, and I've responded to this email to Angel and the band, right away. Robert was a great friend to us, very loving, kind, and witty man who we missed dearly. He shared Rustic Rose with his world and carried us to his home in Minnesota, where I'm sure no one would have heard of us if it weren't for him. Robert also connected us with you, which we are entirely grateful for. Every night at our shows, we make sure to save Robert a seat with a beer from the band. We know Robert would love for us to keep a good working relationship with you and Rockin' the Country, so we're sending you our next single, Whisper, link attached. That's what I'm reacting to. If you get a chance, we would greatly appreciate a review in honor of our good friend Robert, aka Farm Daddy. Sincerely, Rustic Rose, and so on. So, this is what I'm doing. And in honor of Robert, I will not be rating this one. I will just be listening to it. That's at least my intention going into it. I don't think, maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? Here we go. That's pretty cool. Different.
Whisper in her ear everything she thinks she wants to hear. Put a sparkle in her eyes, fill her up with pretty lies. I'll only...
I was going to tell you, I'm going to stop looking at the screen because it's got that, whatever effect you want to call it. So I'm just going to listen.
Be her shelter for the night. Just shadows dancing in the dark, leaving out our broken hearts. Needed comfort I can't find.
I love this bass.
Lay your body close to mine while the moon is hanging high in my arms, but never mine. Silence, I'll never make a sound. Forget it by the time the sun comes around. Promise not to tell, we'll keep it to ourselves. Keep in mind I only wish you well. Just shadows dancing in the dark, leaving out our broken hearts. Needed comfort I can't find. Lay your body close to mine.
See, like
while
that.
The moon
rough, man. That's torture, practically.
Shadows dancing in the dark, leaving out our broken hearts, needing comfort I can't find.
Yeah.
Lay your body close to mine while the moon is hanging high in my arms, but never mind. In my arms, but never mind. In my arms, but never mind.
Interesting title for that song, Whisper. In the video itself, that there were two stories going on, and the audible one, obviously, the singing and the instrumentation, and then the other was the visual with this and this and this. And I don't know if you're like me, you can get distracted, but there was a lot of information being communicated in the video while the song is going on. And so for a first time through, it was overload. So I just closed my eyes and heard the song. And I mentioned it I love that bass line in this thing. I mean, that thing really kept it going. And it was pretty tight production, but based around the bass. And the drummer and the bassist seemed to work very well together. But that little sliver of life about that torment, about just getting so close to having it all, but not having it. It's like, is it better, Alfred Lord Tennyson's, is it better to have loved and lost and never to have loved at all? And that wasn't about a love relationship, you know, man and woman, like a romance. That was about, I think it was about a man, a father who lost his son, or a friend. He might have lost a friend. You know, it's like where you just love this other person. And it's a similar principle, though. Is it, you know, are you better off not having had that relationship and then suffering the loss? Or are you better, like, it's, you could talk for a long time about that, but this is one of those things where, is it better to have gotten to so close to having it all than not having it, than not having anything? I don't know, because it could be tormenting. You know, if we get to a certain point, I mean, psychological studies have shown too that as humans, we generally adjust to our new circumstances within about 3 weeks to most things in life. You know, you get a new house, you're adjusting to the spatial orientation and all this stuff. But pretty quickly you begin to adjust to your mortgage payment or your new rent or whatever your circumstances are in life. You have a girlfriend, boyfriend, you kind of adjust to that quickly, and you know, you're modifying things and you're learning along the way, but you've sort of gotten your new platform on which you're standing. And you want to go to that next step. And in this one, got to the step where she's lying next to him, but couldn't have it all. And that's like, that's brutal. It's one of those things where you want that next step. You've adjusted to having her next to you. You can get that. But I was distracted by, like, when I was trying to pay attention to the video and hear the lyrics at the same time, I was trying to pay attention to exactly why he couldn't have it all. And I think if I just watched the video or just listened to the song, it would have been revealed. But, you know, I'm ADD compliant. I can follow many different things at once, but it doesn't mean I'm going to grasp everything at once. So Yeah, I'm not going to rate this one. I'm going to leave this one be in honor of Farm Daddy and his kids. This guy, I don't know if his kids still follow the channel or not, but yeah, in any case, Angel or Angel, maybe they call you that, but it's a Latino name, so I say it Angel. But it's very nice, nicely done, and a nice gesture. And so, thank you for hanging around the channel and reaching out to me and the folks here. So, all right, guys, leave your comments. I'm pretty sure the band will read them. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. And keep rocking the country and remembrance of Farm Daddy.